Nature Files is brought to you by WWF with support from UNDP.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This farmer, Ponciano Besesa, speaks of deep frustration in his attempts to access loans from commercial banks to start up commercial forest project. Determined to succeed, he was forced to sell some of his assets to finance a commercial forest venture.
Government of Uganda and development partners decided the grant should consider helping tree farmers by creating a tree fund similar to that of agriculture, from which we can borrow long term with friendly interest rates.
Besesa managed to plant 940 hectares of pine trees in Kitenga sub-county, Mubende district, on land the National Forestry Authority leased him.
In this area of Mubende, the average per hectare per year is 35,000 Uganda shillings. But at the end of the day, it is a lot of money. This man has 1,000 hectares of forest.
He now expects to reap billions of shillings from the investment.
Besepo Uganda Limited is ready to continue investing in forestry as long as we get the necessary support, both financial and land.
But Besesa's model is just one of the options prospective forest farmers can explore to attempt growing trees for money. The National Forestry Authority has leased land in forest reserves to at least 4,000 farmers in the last 12 years. In addition to this, at least 40,000 hectares of timber plantations have been put up since 2004, with a subsidy from the Soil Log Production Grant Scheme funded by the European Union.
So if the tree fund can be established, I'm sure that you will see that this business of forestry will be sustainable in the near future. I've never measured it.
Just last week, the European Union announced an additional grant of 16 million euros, approximately 56 billion shillings, to the scheme to support commercial forest production countrywide until 2020.
We will continue for another 4 years, a third phase of SOLOC, or SPGS as we call it. We hope with that we will see much greater benefits from this project.
In recent years, the demand for pines for electricity poles has been on the rise, largely due to rural electrification projects in Africa.
In terms of poles, we can produce on average of 8 years, when other countries can wait up to 12 years or between up to 15. The other advantage is, of course, the labor available in Uganda will comparatively be much higher.
There's increase in population, increase in investment in construction. The demand is rising. It is no longer the olden days where there's sufficient forests and the wood is rotting. Today it is business.
And you have seen charcoal. That charcoal is part of the consequences. The rate of replacing these trees being cut for charcoal is a huge challenge.
For instance, one pole can cost up to 180,000 shillings. One of the markets is here at New Forest Company in Mityana district, which supplies countries across Africa.
This year we will buy about 70,000. At the moment this year we'll sell 78,000 poles.
But the National Forestry Authority has now suspended leasing land to allow a review.
You give a license for tree farming, you find somebody is cultivating maize and cassava, and grazing and poultry, all sorts of things. In the next 6 months, I think we shall have new guidelines on how to operate private people in the Central Forest Reserves.
It is planting trees like these pines over here that are expected to help check on the high rate of deforestation of natural forest cover in the country at 90,000 hectares a year. But apart from just giving you the money, it will help mitigate climate change and give you a long time to enjoy the money you make out of your investment. Moses Akena, NTV, Nature Files.
Nature Files was brought to you by WWF with support from UNDP.